So, today we're going to be looking at GCSE Statistics, Paper 1, Higher Tier. My storage is really rubbish, so what I'm going to be doing is uploading one question at a time, and you can go through this paper and give each question a go, and then you can look at my solution and see if it matches. So this video will be looking at the first question, and then there'll be other videos for question 2, question 3, question 4, and so on, just so I don't max out my storage because I'm too poor. So question 1 is, Emily is designing a questionnaire to obtain information about how people in Manchester travel to work. Before she gives out the questionnaire, she is going to do a pilot study. What a pilot study is like a small scale study that you give to like some of your population, like a sample, just to like see if people understand the questions, to see if people respond to your questions, to see how long it takes for people to respond to your question. It just basically checks like how useful is your actual study going to be when you give it out to the entire population. So give a reason why a pilot study is a suitable thing for her to do. You can go with any of those reasons. My go-to reason is to check people understand the questions. Asked, because there's no point giving your questionnaire to an entire population when the people in your pilot study didn't even understand what you meant by each question. You could also have been talking about the response rate, to check the response rate, to check how long people would take to respond, just something along the lines of like, why would you ask like 10 people instead of 1,000 people? It's just to see how useful your actual study would be, just to see like what would happen, how you would expect the population to respond after you've given a sample, like you've asked a few people these questions from your questionnaire, if that makes sense. Part B is discuss whether or not it would be appropriate to carry out a pilot study on the entire population. Well, no, because a pilot study should only be a small scale study. Like, you're not going to ask the entire population a questionnaire to test that the entire population will respond. You're going to ask a small sample of people to see if the population will respond. So I'd be like, no, should be a small scale study. Something along those lines. One of the questions in Emily's questionnaire is designed to collect qualitative data, remembering that qualitative data is data that uses words. Jane suggests that Emily she should draw a histogram for the data collected from this. Comment on Jane's suggestion. Not a good suggestion. Not good. Should, because a histogram is something that creates or takes into account numerical or quantitative data. So qualitative data, it would be impossible to draw a histogram. So you can be like, histograms are for qualitative data. And that's it. That's how I would have thought to answer question 1 personally.